Hello from my hotel room that I've been living in for a week. Sorry I posted and then I ghosted for like 2.5 weeks, but it's been a very busy 2.5 weeks, so I thought I would pop in and give you guys like a little update really quick of just what's been going on, because there's been a lot of things going on. We're gonna start with the obvious one. I quit my job. I don't know what to tell you. If you follow me on Instagram, you've been like keeping up with this. You've seen what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks, but I have been in Florida for 2 weeks. I quit, well now it was like 2 months ago, but I left Disney Cruise Line on March 4th. I still have some content from Cruise Line, especially I'm posting like a few different like cruise TikToks and stuff, so I still have some stuff to post, but I haven't worked there for almost a month at this point, which is like absolutely wild, because I feel like that was my whole entire life for forever, because it was. That's kind of big news number one. I will probably have a video with more information on this, but the main reason that I did quit that job is because I'm here. I'm in Florida, and it's because I'm starting to work at Disney World. I'm gonna say tomorrow, but it'll be probably today, the day that you're watching this, because I'm hoping to have this video up on the 3rd, like scheduled out, which will be the day that I am moving. I've kind of like posted a little bit of this or hinted at it, but I thought I would just give you all the tea now. So I left Cruise Line because tomorrow I'm moving in to Flamingo Crossing, which means that I've accepted another international program. So if you don't know and you're just like stumbling upon this, hi. It's me. I've done 2 CEPs or ICPs, so they're like summer programs before, so I did one in attractions and one as character attendant, but I'm not a student anymore. RIP, technically I haven't graduated, but we don't want to talk about that, just because I don't want to pay the fee to graduate to not actually like convocate, you know what I mean? But I'm not an active student anymore, so the CEP you can only do when you are in school full-time. I am not. Then I was going to apply for a CRP, but I had costuming issues, so the last time that I applied was before COVID, and I was immediately NLIC, I think those are the right words, and then I emailed them. It was a costume thing. It was fine, it all got sorted out, but then COVID hit like literally 2 months later. I think the applications had opened like November or something like that, and then everyone got sent home in March anyways, so I was like, whatever. I lost my job in May at the hotel that I was working at, and then I applied for a cruise line kind of like not on a whim, like I knew I wanted to do it, but I didn't expect it to move kind of as fast as it was. But I applied, boom boom boom, started October 1st. I have like videos of that process. Some of them are unlisted, I think some of them were private, but everything I'm gonna try and have public now that I'm no longer working there. So I did 1 full contract in merchandise for Disney Cruise Line. My second contract, I went back and I was technically still in a merchandise contract, but I ended up doing probably about like 3/4 of that contract in BBB. And then my third contract that I had signed a BBB contract, and I went back in January. But when I was home on vacation in between contracts, I got my CRP offer. So I'd applied for CRP last March, I think. I interviewed last May, which is when I was on my last vacation, like in between my first and my second contract. When I was in Florida, I actually interviewed when I was staying here, but I'd been waitlisted basically the whole time. So you get waitlisted and they basically just say like, we'll let you know when we let you know if anything opens up, and then you don't hear anything. So then I think it was December 9th or December 10th, something like that. I got an email, I got an offer. If you want me to do a whole video on like the actual process, I had started filming bits and pieces and then I just like never finished it because it got like too choppy because it's such a long process. But if you want like an actual video on like the process and more information on that, let me know and I can do it. But yes, I'm in Florida because I've accepted a CRP, so cultural representative program at Disney World, which is a year long, which I'm so excited about, because the only thing that I didn't like about these like programs at Disney World were they were so short. They're like 3 or 4 months because it's basically during like your summer break if you were a student. So I loved Cruise Line because Cruise Line was long term. I was with the company for about 1.5 years before I left, and you got like all your benefits in between, but the job was also killing me, to put it lightly. I think I'm gonna do a whole video at some point on like why I quit Disney Cruise Line, even though like honestly the main reason is for this job. Like if I didn't get this, I would still be there, or if I got this and my start date that was given to me was like October, November, I would just stay and do another contract. I'm kind of sad because now my ship is going to Australia and New Zealand, which I think would be really cool, but also itineraries look like my personal nightmare, so kind of glad I'm not there. It's beside the point. But I'm sure I'll do like an actual video at some point of like the other pros and cons of the job. And I could also do a video with like working in the parks versus working for cruise line, if anyone would be interested in that. That's like the only downside of the summer program, is that it's a summer program. So the opportunity came up to work at the parks for a longer period. I was all over that. I basically put in my application 0 interest for food and beverage, which is kind of like ballsy, because if you know the pavilions, Canada only really has like one teeny tiny little store. Well, they have like a store and a cart, and then our attraction is closed like half the year because of the festivals that use it. So it's a really tiny attractions team and it's a really tiny merch team, and like I'd say probably 75% plus of the pavilion is food and beverage. But I have pretty much no like formal serving experience, and I have food experience, but I've worked like liquor tastings and I've worked like at like small restaurants. I haven't worked as like a server, so I knew going in I had no interest in food and beverage, which was already kind of like iffy. But like they're hiring like pretty much everyone that applies right now, I feel like, regardless of their experience. So I'm glad that I did that. In the end, I accepted an offer in merchandise, so I will be working in merchandise. Like I said, I am moving in the day that you're seeing this, hopefully, which will be April 3rd. My traditions is on the 5th, I believe, and then I start training basically the day after. So thrown into it, I should be fully trained in like a week and a half, which is wild because training on the ships, especially for PBB, is like 4-6 weeks sometimes. It's crazy. So yeah, I'm just kind of like thrown into it, but I'm like really excited. I'm kind of nervous because I feel like I haven't been in this environment in a long time, and I think I've gotten so used to kind of like working on the ships and what comes with the ships. So I'm kind of like, it'll be interesting to be back on land. And like I know it's not like the most thrilling job in the world. Like I said, Canada only really has 2 teeny tiny shops. There's not a lot going on there, but I think it'll be fun regardless. I'm so excited to just like get to experience other things. I did Christmas at the parks this year, like for a little bit of it. I was here until like the end of November, so I'm excited to get to do Christmas again. New Year's Eve I've never done at the park, so I think that'll be really fun. Halloween is like my absolute favorite time to go to any of the Disney parks, so I think that'll be fun. I'm gonna try and do a trip to Disney. I was gonna do Disneyland, but then I went to Disneyland last month, so I don't know if I want to try and go back to Paris again or Disneyland, or one of the girls I've been talking to is thinking about going to Alani in the fall, so that may be on the books. We'll see with like time off and hours and money and stuff, obviously. But yeah, there's a lot of different things kind of like going on that I think will be really, really fun. I just want to like stay at different resorts. I thought about doing like a programs bucket list video, but I feel like that's like so 2018 that I don't know if that's like weird. Now I feel like I've like aged out of that. I do have like a list of like a bucket list, basically the things I want to do. I want to stay at a bunch of different resorts because I feel like I never have the chance to, because every time I come, I'm coming for like a long period of time. Like right now I'm in sports because I've been here for a week, and then I was in pop last week. Oh yeah, what have I done for the last 2 weeks? The girls came down, so I got here March 20th. I got down here. I was here from the 20th, 27th with 2 of the girls from the ship, which you'll see videos of that coming up. I just need to edit them. And then I've been at sports for weeks. So they left and I've just been here. But yeah, that's kind of what we've been up to the last 2 weeks. I'm excited to try a few different resorts. I've stayed at a lot of resorts, so at this point I think I've stayed at all the values except for Art of Animation. I've stayed at Pop, Coronado, Riverside, and French Quarter, so all of the moderates except for... where have I not stayed for moderates? Caribbean Beach? I think that might be it for moderates. And then I've stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge in the Polynesian, but that's all I've stayed at for deluxes. So I would love to stay at the Grand Floridian, or Wilderness Lodge is like really high up there as well. So lots and lots of stuff we want to do. I've also never got to do Festival of the Arts. That is like really high up on my list. And I know I'm going to get to do it, obviously, because I'm here for at least a year. But I'm just so excited for all the new things. I am living in Flamingo Crossing right now. I'm in a 2x2. We're seeing what we can do about that. But right now I am in a 2x2 in East. So it's where we're living right now. We'll see how it goes when I move in tomorrow. And I'll be working in Epcot. So I'm excited. I'm a little nervous, but I'm very excited. I wish I had more interesting information, but I think that's like basically it. That's my role, my location, where I'm living. Those are kind of like the big things for the DCP. I just wanted to like pop in and do a little update. This is gonna be like quick and easy, in and out. I have to pack now because I just have stuff all over the place here. That is where I've been. That is where I'm going. That is what is up. That's how I've quit my job. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below or hit me up on Instagram. You can always ask me questions there. I've also been posting a lot more on TikTok, so find me on TikTok because I've been posting a ton on TikTok. Just look at this. We're getting like 1 to 3 videos a day. We're crushing it on TikTok. So that's what we've been doing there. But yeah, feel free to subscribe and follow along, and we'll see what we get up to. It's gonna be a fun year. So I am going to go pack and prepare, and I will see you guys hopefully next week. Bye.